with vertices having the coordinates x1, y1, x2, y2, and x3, y3. How do you determine its area? Yes, you are right. Its area can be determined by substituting the coordinates of the vertices in the formula half of x1 times of y2 minus y3 plus x2 times of y3 minus y1 plus x3 times of y1 minus y2, which is the formula to calculate the area of a triangle when its three vertices are given. Now, observe the expression inside the square bracket. Let's see if it can be expressed in the form of a determinant. Consider the determinant with the first column having the x-coordinates of the vertices of the given triangle, the second column having the y-coordinates of the vertices, and the third column having all ones. On expanding this determinant along the first column, we get x1 times of y2 minus y3 plus x2 times of y3 minus y1 plus x3 times of y1 minus y2. Observe that this is the same expression as we had in the formula to calculate the area of a triangle. So replacing this expression by the determinant in the formula, we get a new formula to calculate the area of a triangle in terms of a determinant. Let's use this formula to calculate the area of the triangle when its three vertices are -2, 3, 4, 4, and 2, -3. In terms of a determinant, the area of the triangle formed by the given vertices can be written as shown. On expanding the determinant along the first column, we get the following. On simplifying, we get -20. This means the area of the triangle is negative, which is not possible. Hence, while calculating the area of a triangle by using this formula, we need to take the absolute value of the determinant to avoid negative values, if any. This implies area of the triangle is equal to 20. Hence the area of the triangle is 20 square units. If the area of a triangle is given and you have to calculate an unknown coordinate, then use both the positive and the negative values of the determinant for the calculation. What do you think will be the area of the triangle formed by three collinear points? Let's see. Substituting the vertices in the formula, we get the determinant as shown. Now, taking 2 common from the first column, we get half into 2 times the determinant having the first and the third columns the same. Recall that if 2 rows or columns of a square matrix are identical, then the value of the determinant is 0. This implies the value of the determinant is 0, and hence the area of the triangle is 0. It can be verified graphically also by plotting these points. Observe that no triangle is formed with the given points, and hence the area is equal to 0. This leads us to the result that the area of a triangle formed by 3 collinear points is equal to 0. Determinant of a 3 by 3 square matrix. A. It can be determined by expressing it in terms of a second-order determinant. So far, you have learned that the expansion of a determinant of order 3 can be done in 6 ways, each corresponding to the 3 rows and the 3 columns. Here, the expansion of the determinant is along the first row. Observe the first term of the right-hand side of the expression. It is obtained by multiplying the first element, A11, of the first row by -1, whole raised to the power of 1 plus 1, where 1 plus 1 is the sum of the suffixes of A11 and the second-order determinant obtained by deleting the elements of the first row and the first column of matrix A. This second-order determinant obtained by deleting the elements of the first row and the first column of matrix A is known as the minor of A11. Mathematically, the minor of an element Aij, the determinant of a matrix A, can be obtained by finding the determinant of the matrix obtained by deleting the ith row and the jth column. The minor of an element Aij is denoted by Mij. Similarly, the minor of A12 can be obtained by finding the determinant of the matrix obtained by deleting the first row and the second column. And the minor of A13 is the determinant of the matrix obtained by deleting the first row and the third column. In the same way, the minor of the other elements of matrix A can be found. Now, let's get back to the expansion of determinant of A along the first row. In terms of minors, determinant of A can be written as shown. From this discussion, we conclude that the determinant of A is equal to the sum of the product of each element of a row or a column with its corresponding minors and -1 whole raised to the power of the sum of the suffixes. Also, it is clear that the minor of any element of determinant A is a determinant of order 2. This leads us to the result that the order of minor of an element of a determinant is 1 less than the order of the determinant. Let's observe the expansion of determinant of A along the first row in terms of minors again carefully. The minor of A11 together with -1 whole raised to the power of 1 plus 1 is known as the cofactor of A11. Similarly, the minor of A12 together with -1 whole raised to the power of 1 plus 2 is known as the cofactor of A12, and the minor of A13 together with -1 whole raised to the power of 1 plus 3 is known as the cofactor of A13. Let's now define cofactors in mathematical terms. Let Aij be an element in the ith row and the jth column of a square matrix A. The product of -1 whole raised to the power of I plus j and the minor of Aij is called the cofactor of Aij. The cofactor of the element Aij is denoted by capital Aij. So, in terms of cofactors, the expansion of the determinant of A can be written as the sum of the products of the elements of the first row with their corresponding cofactors. Similarly, the determinant of A can be calculated in 5 other ways, that is, along the second row, third row, first column, second column, and the third column. This discussion leads us to a result that the determinant of a matrix is equal to the sum of the products of the elements of any row or column with their corresponding cofactors. Let's find the determinant of A along the second column by finding the cofactors. The minor of the first element of the second column is the determinant of the matrix obtained by deleting the first row and the second column. Similarly, the minor of the second and the third element of the second column can be determined. Now, the cofactor of the element A12 is equal to the product of -1 whole raised to the power of 1 plus 2 and its minor. Similarly, the cofactor of A22 and A32 can be obtained, which are as shown. Now, as per the definition, the determinant of matrix A is equal to the sum of the products of the elements of the second column with their corresponding cofactors. Substituting the values, and then simplifying, we get the determinant of A as shown. Note that if the elements of a row or column are multiplied with the cofactors of any other row or column, then their sum is 0. Consider a 3 by 3 matrix A as shown. Let's verify the result by showing that the sum of the products of the elements of the first row with the cofactors of the corresponding elements of the second row is 0. The minor of the first element of the second row is the determinant of the matrix obtained by deleting the first column and the second row. This is equal to 10. Similarly, the minor of the second element of the second row is equal to -13, and the minor of the third element of the second row is equal to -4. Now, the cofactor of the element A21 is equal to the product of -1 whole raised to the power of 2 plus 1 and its minor. Hence, the cofactor of the element A21 is equal to -10. Similarly, the cofactors of A22 and A23 can be obtained, which are as shown. Now, let's evaluate the sum of the products of the elements of the first row with the cofactors of the corresponding elements of the second row. On substituting the values, we get zero. Hence, if the elements of a row or column are multiplied by the cofactors of any other row or column, then their sum is 0.